Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most heartwarming, jaw-dropping, and inspiring stories from around the world. Today, we've got a tale that's going to leave you in awe. Hero Dog's clever move shocks everyone. This isn't just any story, it's about a furry hero who proved that courage and intelligence come in all shapes and sizes. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be cheering for this amazing dog and maybe even shedding a tear or two. So grab your snacks, get cozy, and let's dive into this incredible journey. And hey, if you love stories like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our next inspiring upload. Let's get started. In a small, picturesque town nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, life moved at a leisurely pace. The townsfolk knew each other by name, and the sound of children playing in the streets was a common melody. Among the residents was a golden retriever named Max, a loyal and intelligent dog who belonged to the Thompson family. Max was no ordinary dog. He had a knack for sensing danger and an uncanny ability to solve problems. The Thompsons, John, Sarah, and their 8-year-old daughter, Emily, adored Max. He was more than just a pet. He was a member of the family. Every evening, John would take Max for a walk around the neighborhood, and the dog would greet everyone with a wagging tail and a friendly bark. But little did anyone know that Max was destined to become the town's hero. One sunny morning, the Thompsons woke up to the sound of birds chirping outside their window. Sarah prepared breakfast while Emily played with Max in the backyard. John, a firefighter, was getting ready for his shift at the local fire station. As he kissed his family goodbye, he patted Max on the head and said, "Take care of him, buddy." The day seemed perfect, but as the hours passed, dark clouds began to gather in the sky. The weather forecast had predicted a storm, but no one expected it to be as severe as it turned out to be. By midday, the wind was howling and rain poured down in sheets. The Thompsons huddled inside their cozy home, unaware of the danger that was about to unfold. The storm intensified, and soon the town was engulfed in chaos. Trees were uprooted, power lines were downed, and the streets were flooded. The Thompsons' home, located near a river, was particularly vulnerable. As the water levels rose, Sarah began to panic. "John's at the fire station, and we're stuck here," she exclaimed. Emily clung to Max, who seemed unusually alert. The dog's ears perked up, and he began to pace around the house, sniffing the air. Suddenly, he let out a series of urgent barks and ran to the front door. Sarah hesitated, but decided to follow him. When she opened the door, she gasped. The river had overflowed, and water was rushing toward their house. Realizing they were in grave danger, Sarah grabbed Emily's hand and tried to think of a way to escape, but the water was rising too fast and they were trapped. Just as despair began to set in, Max sprang into action. He ran to the backyard and began digging furiously in the mud. Confused but hopeful, Sarah and Emily watched as the dog uncovered a hidden drainage pipe. Max barked insistently, urging them to follow him. Sarah quickly understood what he was trying to do. The drainage pipe led to higher ground, and it was their only chance of survival. With Max leading the way, they crawled through the pipe, fighting against the rushing water. It was a harrowing journey, but eventually they emerged on the other side, safe and sound. The storm eventually subsided, leaving the town in shambles. Rescue teams, including John and his colleagues, worked tirelessly to help those in need. When John returned home, he was overcome with relief to find his family safe. Sarah and Emily tearfully recounted how Max had saved their lives. News of Max's heroic act spread quickly, and soon the entire town was talking about the clever dog who had outsmarted the storm. The local newspaper featured Max on the front page, and he became a symbol of hope and resilience. In the weeks that followed, the Thompsons received numerous offers from media outlets and animal organizations. Max was awarded a Medal of Bravery, and the town held a special ceremony in his honor. Emily proudly stood by his side as the mayor delivered a heartfelt speech. But for Max, the greatest reward was the love and gratitude of his family. He continued to live his life as he always had, loyal, playful, and ever watchful. The Thompsons knew they owed their lives to their furry hero, and they made sure he was treated like the king he was. Max's story taught the town an important lesson. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. It wasn't just his intelligence that saved the day. It was his unwavering loyalty and courage. The Thompsons, and everyone who knew Max, were reminded of the incredible bond between humans and animals. As life returned to normal, the town rebuilt itself, stronger and more united than ever. And Max, the hero dog, remained a beloved figure. his clever move forever etched in the hearts of those he had saved. Years later, Emily grew up to become a veterinarian, inspired by her childhood hero. She often told Max's story to her patients, reminding them of the extraordinary things animals are capable of. Max lived a long and happy life, surrounded by the love of his family. Though he is no longer with them, Max's legacy lives on. A statue of the Golden Retriever stands in the town square, a tribute to the hero dog whose clever move shocked everyone and changed their lives forever. After the storm, the town came together to rebuild what had been lost. The Thompsons' home, though damaged, was still standing thanks to Max's quick thinking. Neighbors and strangers alike offered their help, bringing supplies, food, and encouragement. The sense of community was stronger than ever, and Max became a symbol of hope and resilience. One evening, as the Thompsons sat on their porch watching the sunset, a group of children approached with handmade cards and drawings for Max. Emily beamed with pride as she accepted the gifts on behalf of her furry hero. "Max, you're famous!" she exclaimed, hugging him tightly. The dog wagged his tail, seemingly unaware of the impact he had made on so many lives. A few weeks later, the town announced a special event to honor Max and other local heroes who had shown extraordinary courage during the storm. The event, called Heroes Among Us, would include a parade, speeches, and a fundraiser to support families affected by the disaster. The Thompsons were thrilled and immediately began preparing for the big day. Max, however, seemed restless. He spent hours patrolling the yard, sniffing the air, and occasionally barking at nothing in particular. Sarah noticed his behavior and mentioned it to John. "Do you think he senses something?" she asked. John shrugged. "Maybe he's just adjusting to all the attention, or maybe he's still on edge after the storm." But Max's instincts were sharper than anyone realized. One afternoon, while Emily was playing in the backyard with Max, she heard a faint cry coming from the woods behind their house. She froze, unsure if she had imagined it. Max's ears perked up, and he let out a low growl. "What is it, boy?" Emily whispered. The dog tugged at her sleeve, urging her to follow him. Reluctantly, Emily followed Max into the woods. The cries grew louder as they ventured deeper, and soon they stumbled upon a shocking sight. A young boy, no older than Emily, was trapped under a fallen tree branch. He was crying and clutching his leg, which appeared to be injured. "Are you okay?" Emily asked, her voice trembling. The boy nodded weakly. "I was playing here when the branch fell. I can't move." Emily quickly assessed the situation. The branch was too heavy for her to lift alone, but she knew Max could help. "Max, go get Mom and Dad," she commanded. Without hesitation, Max sprinted back toward the house, barking loudly to get the Thompsons' attention. Within minutes, John and Sarah arrived, and together they managed to free the boy. They carried him back to their house, where Sarah tended to his injuries, while John called for an ambulance. The boy, named Liam, was the son of a family that had recently moved to the town. His parents were overwhelmed with gratitude when they learned what had happened. "We can't thank you enough," Liam's mother said, tears streaming down her face. "If it weren't for Max, who knows how long he would have been out there." Once again, Max's bravery made headlines. The local news station interviewed the Thompsons, and Liam's story was shared far and wide. The town's admiration for Max grew even more, and he was hailed as a true hero. The day of the Heroes Among Us event finally arrived. The town square was decorated with banners and balloons, and a large stage had been set up for the ceremony. Max, wearing a special red collar with a medal attached, sat proudly beside the Thompsons as the mayor began his speech. "Today, we honor those who have shown extraordinary courage and selflessness in the face of adversity," the mayor said. "And among them is a hero who reminds us that bravery comes in all forms. Max, the Golden Retriever, has not only saved his own family, but has also touched the lives of countless others." The crowd erupted in applause as Max was called to the stage. Emily led him up the steps, her heart swelling with pride. The mayor presented Max with a plaque that read, "To Max, the hero dog, a symbol of courage, loyalty, and hope." After the event, the Thompsons noticed a change in Max. He seemed more confident and purposeful, as if he understood the impact he had made. Inspired by his actions, the family decided to train Max as a search and rescue dog. They reached out to a local organization that specialized in training dogs for emergency situations, and Max quickly excelled in his new role. Over the next few months, Max participated in several rescue missions, helping to locate missing hikers, stranded animals, and even assisting during natural disasters. His intelligence and instincts made him a valuable asset, and he continued to earn the admiration of everyone he met. As the years passed, Max grew older, but his spirit remained as strong as ever. Emily, now a teenager, often accompanied him on his missions, and the bond between them deepened. She documented their adventures in a journal, hoping to one day share Max's story with the world. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace, Emily read aloud from her journal. "Max, you've taught me so much about courage, loyalty, and the importance of helping others. You're not just a dog, you're my best friend and my hero." Max rested his head on her lap, his eyes filled with love and understanding. Max lived a long and fulfilling life, surrounded by the love of his family and the gratitude of the community. When he passed away, the town held a memorial service to honor his legacy. A plaque was placed beside his statue in the town square, bearing the words, "In memory of Max, the hero dog, forever in our hearts." Emily, now a young woman pursuing a career in veterinary medicine, often visited the statue to reflect on the lessons Max had taught her. She knew that his legacy would live on, not just in the stories people told, but in the lives he had touched and the inspiration he had provided. Years later, Emily adopted a golden retriever puppy and named him Max Jr. She trained him to follow in his predecessor's footsteps, teaching him the same skills and values that had made the original Max a hero. Together, they continued to make a difference in their community, proving that the spirit of courage and compassion could be passed down through generations. Emily eventually wrote a book about Max's life, titled The Hero Dog, A Tale of Courage and Loyalty. The book became a bestseller, inspiring readers of all ages with its heartfelt message. Schools and libraries invited Emily to share Max's story, and she traveled across the country, spreading the message of hope and resilience. As Emily grew older, she often reflected on the journey she had shared with Max. She realized that his legacy was not just about the heroic acts he had performed, but about the love and connection he had brought into her life. Max had taught her that even in the darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of hope, and that true heroes are those who selflessly give of themselves to others. On the anniversary of Max's passing, the town unveiled a new mural in his honor. The vibrant artwork depicted Max in various heroic poses, surrounded by the people and animals he had saved. Emily stood before the mural, tears in her eyes as she whispered, "Thank you, Max. You'll always be my hero." Max's story became a timeless tale passed down from generation to generation. His statue and mural remain cherished landmarks, and his name became synonymous with courage and kindness. The Thompsons, and everyone who had known Max, carried his legacy in their hearts, ensuring that the hero dog's spirit would never be forgotten.